Tennessee, a member of the Senate Commerce, Judiciary, Veterans Affairs, and Finance Committee. She knows all about this forum. Welcome, Senator. Let's get right to it. So some of the breaking news this morning has had to do with Syria. And there's an article in the Times of Israel that says, you know, Syria wants to kind of charm their way into the better graces of President Trump. I guess the sanctions are hurting him.
Well, what we know is this. President Trump knows what leadership is all about. He knows that you lead people, you build out that vision, and you talk about where you are heading. He has made certain these countries know it is America first, whether we're talking diplomacy, whether we're talking economy, whether we're talking military, and that is paying benefits for the American people. Countries are coming to the table. They are changing their behavior. Hostages are being freed. 50 hostages have been freed. And President Trump deserves the credit for this. You see the UK and the China trade deals. He deserves the credit for this. You see what is happening with Putin and Zelensky going to the negotiating table in Turkey. President Trump deserves this credit. And here at home, we're working on tariffs. We're working on the tax bill. We're working to make certain that we restore opportunity in this country for every single citizen.
It has been, maybe in our lifetimes, maybe never, certainly a long time ago, since we've seen any president of the United States get this much done. And he's getting it done. It's not like it's just a schedule and we know where he's going. He's willing, and you just talked about it, he's hinted at changing his schedule to include Turkey so that he can maybe bring about potential peace negotiations between Russia and Ukraine. That's in addition to everything that we already knew that he was going to do.
Yes. That is accurate. And when Zelensky says, we would like you at the negotiating table, that speaks volume. When Hamas releases Idan Alexander in those precious pictures of him being reunited with his family, 50 hostages, as I said, that have been released. When you hear about all of these countries, 80 countries that are trying to negotiate tariffs and trade and removal of non-tariff barriers on our trade in goods. Now, Harris, that is what happens when you have a leader. When you look at the issue of immigration, Nashville alone, we have had 140 apprehensions of people that are criminal, illegal aliens. They are out of our communities now. They are being deported. That is the kind of action and results that people want to see. He's not talking about it. He didn't establish a committee to think about it. He did the job. And those are the results we are seeing. And we owe it to the American people to do our part here in Congress, making those tax cuts permanent, making certain that we do it based on current policy, making certain that people know they're not going to see the largest tax hike in history. So it is full steam ahead for us and delivering for the American people on the mandate they delivered on November 5th.
I tell you, as you talk about what comes ahead for the United States, the president then starts to build a future on a different playing field, a global one. And as we look at this picture, talking with leadership in Saudi Arabia, and you see always by his side is the Saudi crown prince. He had such a beautiful welcome for President Trump. It was, oh my goodness, it was gorgeous. It was so regal, if you will, so different from what we saw with former President Biden. And we'll work to get, the pictures back now. And so the relationship, I thought, was really played out in that warm welcome. So different from what we've seen in the past 4 years and what was so needed at this moment. I do want to get to this. You talked about inflation cooling last month to its lowest rate, actually since 2021. So the minute Biden got into office, early 2021, it was on a high-grade climb, inflation. It comes after a market surge following the news of the Trump administration and China's agreement to lower tariffs. So we're seeing consumer prices go up and inflation cooling for April. President Trump says he plans to do whatever is necessary to keep this going, but also to put us on good footing with those tax cuts that you were talking about. Now, Senator, the minute his remarks start, he's
Sure.
about to sit down. We're kind of watching all of this happen, and you see his advisor, Stephen Miller, there shaking hands. The U.S. Investment Forum. We will be solid at home with that tax cut, if you want to make a quick comment.
Yes, indeed. We will be solid at home. And it is imperative that we do this. You know, leadership yields results. Results yields respect. And Harris, that is what the American people are seeing play out on a global basis. This is a president who built out a vision for the American people. This is where we can go. This is how we can do it. And now he is doing it. And he is letting the American people see in real time how he is executing this movement forward on their behalf.
Well, and the rest of the world sees it too. China, no doubt. So
Yes.
by mutually lowering the tariffs by 115% for 90 days, that's more than just a little bit of wiggle room.
Oh, yes.
What we're anticipating is the art of the deal, negotiation to go on in that gap of time. While
Yes,
things cool
that
down
is
just
correct.
a little bit, right?
Yes,
I do want to say this if I can. The president and Crown Prince signed an agreement of strategic economic partnership. I mean, this trip is not just about the optics. This is real business getting done. Saudi Arabia is committed to investing $600 billion in the U.S. over the next 4 years, Senator.
Yes, $600 billion. The president thinks it will reach $1 trillion. But whether you're talking Saudi Arabia or Qatar or China or the UK, the point is this, to your previous point, these are countries that need our economy more than we need theirs. They're coming to the table. I just got off the phone with our trade rep, Jamison Greer, talking about Tennessee companies and how we position them so they can move forward and be a part of this golden age economy that President Trump is leading his team to establish for the United States. He fully recognizes government doesn't create jobs, the private sector does that. And at this point in time, Harris, what we are seeing is that countries around the globe want to be a part of this U.S. economy that President Trump is leading. This is a very good thing for us. It means higher wages. It means more domestic manufacturing. It means more products that are going to be there for export, more from our military community and foreign military sales, our ag community, and soy, cotton, wheat, dairy, beef. And that is what you want to see, is a growing, prosperous economy for the American people. And we are all committed to making that happen.
Senator, I want to thank you very much.
Sure.
We're going to step back now for just a moment. I really appreciate your time. And there was a little bit of an audio gap there. But I'm so appreciative of it. They have a few ceremonial things that they'll do very quickly. We'll take a break. And when we come back, President Trump's remarks. Senator, thank you.
You got it. Thank you.